In the next few minutes, what I want to spend my time is on really walk you through, kind of bust a few myths about digital transformation. I think people use the word digital as a buzzword, and digital transformation just sounds so cool that we're working on it. So let's talk about reality a little bit and what that really means, and where can HR really step in and help out. So in my experience, I work closely with HR partners who've been able to make a difference. So there's some key learnings where I really would like to share with you on how we've done a few things and just a few key takeaways that you can take tomorrow and apply in your jobs. So we've all heard of these buzzwords that Cesar also talked about right in the beginning: OKR, dashboards, KPIs, empathy, Agile. So when people think digital transformation, all these words pop up, but transformation is so much more than just this. It's whether you are selling coffee like a Starbucks, or you have your own cosmetics line selling lipstick, or selling your own iPhones, or whether you're Apple or any of the big guns like Microsoft, or you work on digital products like LinkedIn or Facebook. Transformation really means driving innovation in the entire value chain and providing products that customers love. So applying customer-back thinking in every step and every way of creating that product, such that every function that's involved actually is able to make an impact. In a nutshell, what it means is work is getting redefined in what is getting done, how it's getting done, and where it's getting done. So if I talk about just Small Business Digital Bank, where we created a digital banking product, we co-located teams for developers and product managers to be closer. We started working in Agile, so broke up the waterfall mentality and went into smaller development teams. So the what changed with actually thinking of the customer first. So why did we do this? It's primarily to have predictable delivery and to meet business goals. At the end of the day, if you're driving digital transformation in your company and you don't know the why, really just please ask, why are we actually doing this? What's the purpose behind it? But the true reason, one of the myths I want to bust today is to talk about Agile and product management. So a lot of people think about Agile transformation being equal to digital transformation, but that's not the case. Agile is only one component of product management. So when you're producing a product that you want the customers to love, you have business, technology, and design come together, and products right in the center. And Agile is one of the methodologies to actually produce the product. So it's a software development methodology. So when people think of Agile transformation, they equate it to digital transformation. But true digital transformation will only come when the gap is bridged between Agile and product management. I've been going fast for a reason, because I want to spend some time on this slide. And this is where the money really, where you guys can make it rain for your teams, is this slide. I use it in teaching digital product management. I teach courses on it. I do a lot of speaking gigs. And this slide is the money slide, because if there's people on your team who can relate to what mission of the company is and what the key result they are producing, then you have gold on your hands. Cesar mentioned it right in the beginning. People don't understand what they're doing, why they're doing it. So let me give you a quick example. So if I'm Facebook, my mission is to connect people in the world. How I might do it is by breaking down and having business objectives lined up to say, hey, we want to make sure we reduce retention of people leaving Facebook. So one business objective could be for a group that runs privacy is try to make sure people don't need our platform. So delete hashtag delete Facebook doesn't really take off, right? So the first line up there is created by the leadership team, most likely. And the bottom 4 blocks there is where your development team, your product team, your designers, even you and cross-functional stakeholders could step in to really understand how does my key result relate to the mission. Saw a bunch of you take pictures of this, so we'll try to make sure we can get the slides over. I don't know, Enrique, what the process is, but we'll figure that out. So typical failure points of a transformation is communication is a huge one. There are unrealistic commitments, not having a roadmap, people not talking to one another. So for example, a commitment's made, but it doesn't get done, and your leadership thinks it's actually going to get delivered. Or different tools getting used. So for example, one team's using Excel, one's using Trello, one's using Jira. So you don't actually have a consolidated backlog, so you don't know what's actually coming next. So multiple tools, multiple platforms. So a lot of chaos gets created, right? And you can solve, and what does this lead to? It leads to dysfunctional teams and missed targets. At the end of the day, if you have unhappy stakeholders, your targets are not going to be met because people don't understand what they're doing. So a lot of chaos and confusion comes from communication gaps that leads to missed results. And that eventually could lead to cut down of headcount, cut down of divisions. So when transformation is done, change management actually is the largest component. And this is where a lot of basic things that seem common sense to us can really solve a lot of problems. So clear definitions of roles and responsibilities, clear operating models, having discipline and rigor in project management and agile routines. And this, the last two bullet points here, operating rhythms and norms and discipline for agile and product management, this is where I would love for the HR function to lean in and really drive some change in the how of the work getting done. And the next slide, and I want to spend some time on this with you because this is what I really want you to take away from today. Understanding the roles that you're working with. When agile transformation or digital transformation in people's minds done, they just convert roles without thinking through. And I've seen organizations just change the business analyst title to a product owner or a product manager without really giving any training and expecting people to act like product managers from one of the Silicon Valley firms without giving any training, any runway, and then measuring them on a different scale of performance. That's just absolutely unfair, right? So, and in some organizations, the HR teams really partner up and give the runway, and I think that's really the right way to do it. You can get involved in performance management practices. You can drive culture change to keep the customer in front. But at the end of the day, if you understand that agile transformation is not equal to digital transformation, and that gap with product management needs to be made, my job here is done today. So with that, thank you for your time.